knocked unconscious.
Now, didn't the assailants run away when the Allied Barton guy told them to start to yell?
Well, I had never heard that they had started to yell. What the victim told me was that they were, begging him to try to get them, and then he kept saying, "I can't do it."
The Tribeca Trib, I think it must have been then, said that the Allied Barton guy said, "Go, stop that," or something like that, and they ran away.
Yeah, again, I didn't. What the victim?
So here's my question: where were the PEP? Why weren't the PEP on location?
Again, that's part of the issue, is that they weren't told. I mean, there was a huge delay by the time.
I thought, no, the Tribeca Tribune said the PEP were called right away. But why should the Allied Barton people who were on the job for 2 days be responsible for calling the PEP when there's supposed to be 11 PEP officers on duty, and they should be patrolling this? Everyone knows that at Friday night by Shake Shack, everyone knows that's where teens hang out. It's been a problem for a long time. So why weren't PEP already there?
Why weren't PEP in front of the Shake Shack?
Yeah, why weren't PEP patrolling a hot spot on Friday night that everyone knows about?
Again, if you want to talk to the Parks Department, that's who. I don't work for the Parks.
No, but your story is saying, "Oh, this is terrible. The Allied Barton didn't do anything," but you're missing the point. The people who've been working here for 10 years, the PEP, or 20 years, whenever they got rid of it.
If you read my piece, they were just there 15 minutes prior, and they patrolled. If you read my piece.
So these wonderful PEP who supposedly have Superman powers to arrest, what good is that if they're never patrolling?
Again, like police officers, you have 2 acres. I don't know how many people were on. I don't know. I mean, look,
here's the contract. The contract has, right now in the wintertime, 9. In summertime, it goes up to 11 or 12. There should be at least 9 PEP officers on duty 24 hours a day over here. And the problem is that you never see them. And the problem is that in reality, there's only 2 or 3 because the city has decided to relocate them to other. This is fact. The people like Dan Squadron and that Vallone guy, they're publicly, openly playing Robin Hood and stealing from wealthy parks to give to other parks. So we really only have 2 or 3 PEP. So if there's no PEP, what good are they? If you're trying to argue that, oh, they have arrest powers and they would have done such a good job, well, the story you're reporting is just evidence as to why the PEP need to go, because the PEP weren't even located at 10 o'clock in a high crime spot where everyone knows teens hang out. Why not? Where were they?
Again, they had just, if you read my story,
They had just. That's an unsubstantiated, complete piece of nonsense. You can't prove that, and it doesn't help your case. Why weren't they there? Who was there? The Allied Barton people were there.
It's 92 acres. So if you only
So why was Allied Barton there, and why weren't the PEP there?
Again, you're not making any sense. If you have 92 acres...
I know the place. I live here. There's 92 acres. That's not that big. There's several parks. There's Wagner, Rockefeller, and the ball fields and the Teardrop. Those are 3 or 4 parks that should have at all times a PEP officer at all times there, and they're not.
Okay. Well, again, I'm not the person.
That's why the contract was severed, sir. Okay. Because they weren't showing up and doing their job.
Okay. I mean, that's not what Battery Park has said. That's not what,
You know that is not true. The Battery Park has never explained why they severed the contract. Do you remember that meeting where I made a big fuss? I said, why did you sever the contract? And they said, we have no comment. I know why. It's because the PEP were not showing up for duty and not doing what's stipulated in their contract. So the fact is that the PEP negligently have refused ever to patrol that hot spot of teens hanging out on Friday night, and this is what happens.
Again, these are issues you should be raising with the Parks Commissioner.
But your story is vilifying Allied Barton people who were just on the job for a day or so.
My story is a reporting of the victims. That's what my...
Nonsense! Your story is a completely smeared, one-sided thing, vilifying. The title of your story is... Viciously Attacked in Battery Park while Allied Barton's ambassadors watch.
Yeah, that's what the victims are.
So your story is a hit piece on the Allied Barton people.
Okay. don't think you're understanding any of the.
And again, I'm asking you, and you haven't given me a good answer. Why are you not reporting anywhere in your article why the PEP officers were negligent and not on site to stop this?
That makes no sense.
Why does it make no sense, sir?
I've explained it to you.
Explain it again. Why were the PEP officers not there? There's supposed to be at least 9 of them. That's plenty of people to be stationed there 24 hours a day at 4 in the morning. Why not?
Again, we've addressed this in this conversation.
Well, I would like you to address it again because I don't recall you ever hearing addressing it.
Silver, he's the one responsible for park.
You're not answering my question because you can't. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Why were the PEP officers not there in a well-known... Can I finish, please?
No, because I've answered it 3 times.
You have never answered it once. You have never answered it once. Why were the PEP officers not there?
Talking over me. So this isn't a conversation.
Why were the PEP officers not there?
If you can't talk...
Okay, I'm listening. Here, let's go. I'm listening. Why were the PEP officers not there? Hello? Hello? Hangs up.